Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Nishit Kumar with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says government is giving top priority to economic upliftment of tribals and development of tribal regions. Unveils development initiatives worth 1,970 crore rupees at Vyara in Gujarat. Prime Minister gives a clarion call for lifestyle change in order to protect environment. Reaffirms India's commitment towards tackling menace of climate change. Prime Minister to visit Kedarnath and Badrinath tomorrow will lay foundation stone of Kedarnath ropeway project. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh calls upon industries to manufacture state-of-the-art cost-effective products of international standards. Assam government extends Armed Forces Special Powers Act in 8 districts and 1 subdivision for another 6 months. Union Minister for Coal and Mines Prahlad Joshi reasserts government's commitment to end coal import in next 2 years. UK Prime Minister Liz Truss resigns after less than 7 weeks in Downing Street. Supreme Court declines urgent hearing of a plea challenging Delhi government's decision to ban firecrackers during the festive seasons. And in Denmark Open Badminton, Satvik Sairaj and Chirag Shetty beat Indonesian pair to enter into quarterfinals in men's doubles category. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the government is giving top priority to the economic upliftment of tribals and the development of the tribal regions. Inaugurating and laying the foundation stone for projects worth 1,970 crores at Vyara in Tapi district of Gujarat today, Mr. Modi said the government is working for the sustainable development of the tribal region to ensure a bright future for the tribal youths. The PM said the BJP government has brought a massive change in the lives of tribal people by ensuring water and electricity supply to the tribal homes. He said the Jyotir Gram scheme, which was aimed at ensuring a 24/7 electricity supply, was first implemented in Dang, which is a tribal district. He talked about a series of schemes the Gujarat government has launched for the welfare of tribals, including One Bandhu Kalyan Yojana and Wadi scheme. He said the government has set up more than 10,000 schools in the tribal belt of the state, along with the 2 dedicated tribal universities. Prime Minister Modi also laid the foundation stone for the improvement of the highway network connecting the hill station Saputara with the Statue of Unity to ensure the economic welfare of tribal through tourism. The PM also laid the foundation stone for the construction of missing road links and water supply projects in Tapi and Narmada districts. Earlier in the day, the Prime Minister gave a clarion call for lifestyle change in order to protect the environment. Addressing the gathering after the global launch of Mission Life at the Statue of Unity in Gujarat in the presence of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, the Prime Minister said the climate change mitigation is possible through lifestyle changes. Reaffirming India's commitment towards tackling the menace of climate change, the PM said reduce, reuse, recycle and a circular economy have been an integral part of Indian culture for thousands of years. He said India is the best example of growth along with environmental conservation. Recalling Mahatma Gandhi's concept of trusteeship, the PM said the Mission Life encourages us to be a trustee of the environment.
गुजरात महात्मा गांधी की भूमि है, जन्मभूमि है। उन्होंने ट्रस्टीशिप के अवधारणा विकसित की थी। मिशन लाइफ इस सबको पर्यावरण के ट्रस्टी बनाता है, संसाधनों का अंधाधुंध इस्तेमाल नहीं होने देता। एक ट्रस्टी शोषक नहीं बल्कि पोषक के रूप में काम करता है। मिशन लाइफ P3 की अवधारणा को मजबूत करेगा। P3 यानी प्रो प्लेनेट पीपल। मिशन लाइफ धरती के लोगों को प्रो प्लेनेट पीपल के तौर पर जोड़ता है, उनको अपने विचार से समाहित करता है, एक कर देता है। ये लाइफस्टाइल ऑफ द प्लेनेट, फॉर द प्लेनेट एंड बाय द प्लेनेट की मूल सिद्धांत पर चलता है।
Mr. Modi stressed that climate change is not just a policy-related issue to be taken care of by the governments. He stressed upon joint efforts from people to combat climate change. The PM said the Mission Life strengthens the concept of pro-planet people. Mr. Modi also lauded the efforts of Gujarat towards renewable energy and environmental protection. The PM also talked about a series of initiatives. Addressing the gathering, the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres urged developed countries to fulfill their climate commitments and provide meaningful financial and technological support to countries like India. He also stressed upon the participation of individuals and communities in finding solutions for protecting the planet.
The world counts on G20 economies to lead the way in progressively ending the use of coal by 2030 in OECD countries and 2040 in non-OECD countries. Developed countries must follow through on their commitments to provide meaningful financial and technological support to countries like India throughout this transition. We need to unleash a renewables revolution, and I look forward to working with India in driving this agenda forward.
Later, the Prime Minister also participated in the Heads of Missions conference at Kevadia. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be visiting Kedarnath and Badrinath tomorrow. During his visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay the foundation stone of connectivity projects worth more than 3,400 crore rupees for the development of the state, in which 2 new ropeway projects connecting Gaurikund to Kedarnath and Govind Ghat to Hemkund Sahib are also included. The Prime Minister will lay the foundation stone for road widening projects worth about 1,000 crore rupees to increase the all-weather border road connectivity. These projects will boost connectivity and religious tourism in the Garhwal region. Apart from offering prayers at Badrinath and Kedarnath, he will also address a public meeting at Mana village in Chamoli district. The Prime Minister will also review the progress of development works along Mandakini Ashtapath and Saraswati Ashtapath.
Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh has called upon the industries to manufacture state-of-the-art, cost-effective products to make a mark in international market. Addressing Raksha Mantri's award ceremony for excellence in defence and aerospace sector for the year 2021-22 in Gandhinagar, Gujarat today, Rajnath Singh voiced the vision of the Ministry of Defence to showcase the capabilities of the Indian defence and aerospace sector to the world. Shri Rajnath Singh highlighted that the aerospace and defence sector at present is an industry of about 80,000 crore rupees, in which the contribution of the private sector has increased to about 17,000 crores. The award ceremony was organized as part of the 12th DEF Expo in Gandhinagar. A total of 22 awards were given under various categories, in which 13 were backed by private industries and the remaining by the DPSUs and PSUs. The Bandhan ceremony was held at Mahatma Mandir Convention and Exhibition Centre at Gandhinagar, which marked the conclusion of the DEF Expo 2022. The exhibitions would continue for 2 more days at the Helipad Exhibition Centre for the general public. A total of 451 MOUs were signed at the DEF Expo 2022. Giving the valedictory address at the Bandhan ceremony, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh said that while the DEF Expo 2022 is concluding, a new chapter in defence manufacturing is starting in India. Mr. Rajnath Singh said that the remarks made by foreign delegates in the India-Africa Defence Dialogue and the Indian Ocean Region plus Defence Ministers Conclave show the growing global stature of India.
The government has expressed confidence that the prices of pulses and onion will not go up during the current festive season. Briefing media in New Delhi today, Consumer Affairs Secretary Rohit Kumar Singh said the country has sufficient stock of the pulses and onion. He said the centre is keeping a close watch on the price situation, production, imports, exports and availability of essential commodities. He informed that more than 43 lakh metric tons of pulses and 2.5 lakh metric tons of onions are in the buffer stock. He said 54,000 tons of onion have been released across 14 states and union territories from the National Onion Buffer Stock to check the price rise. The Secretary added that the centre has started procurement of 1 lakh metric tons of imported tuar and 50,000 tons of imported urad. The Competition Commission of India, CCI, has imposed a penalty of over 1,337 crore rupees on Google for abusing its dominant position in multiple markets. The Commission has also directed Google to modify its conduct within a defined timeline.
Employees Provident Fund Organization EPFO has added 16,94,000 net members in August this year, registering a growth of 14.40% in comparison to same month of the last year. The provisional payroll data of the EPFO reflects that more than 9,87,000 new members out of 16,94,000 members have come under the Social Security cover of EPFO for the first time. According to the data, more than 58.32% are from the age group of 18 to 25 years. The data shows that enrollment of net female members has been 3,63,000 in August this year. Net membership of females in organized workforce has increased by 22.60% in August this year in comparison to the same month of the last year. Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Gujarat and Delhi continue to remain in lead by adding approximately 11.25 lakh net members during August, which is 66.44% of the total net payroll addition across all age groups.
The Assam government declared that it has extended the Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958 in 8 districts and 1 subdivision for another 6 months. This decision was taken after the review of the law and order situation. On the other hand, the state government decided to withdraw the AFSPA from West Karbi Anglong district following the improved law and order situation. The 6-month extension of AFSPA would be effective from 1st of next month.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the government is giving top priority to economic upliftment of tribals and development of tribal regions and unveils development initiatives worth 1,970 crore rupees at Vyara in Gujarat. Prime Minister gives a clarion call for lifestyle change in order to protect environment, reaffirms India's commitment towards tackling menace of climate change. Prime Minister to visit Kedarnath and Badrinath tomorrow will lay foundation stone of Kedarnath ropeway project. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh calls upon industries to manufacture state-of-the-art, cost-effective products of international standards. Assam government extends the Armed Forces Special Powers Act in 8 districts and 1 subdivision for another 6 months. Union Minister for Coal and Mines Prahlad Joshi reasserts government's commitment to end coal import in the next 2 years. UK Prime Minister Liz Truss resigns after less than 7 weeks in Downing Street. Supreme Court declines urgent hearing of a plea challenging Delhi government's decision to ban firecrackers during the festive season. And in Denmark Open Badminton, Satvik Sairaj and Chirag Shetty beat the Indonesian pair to enter into the quarterfinals in the men's doubles category. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग हेतु संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
I am India. Look at me. Know my name.
We're one of the most mega diverse countries on this planet.
Our weddings, our fashion statements, they're all inspired by our silver screen heroes and heroines.
A 75 years young India.
What we are really going to see India become is a powerhouse.
India 2.0.
The Journey of India from 14th October every Friday at 7 p.m. in Hindi and 10 p.m. in English on DD National.
Welcome back to the evening news on All India Radio. Union Minister for Coals and Mines Prahlad Joshi has reaffirmed the government's commitment to end the coal import in the next 2 years. In an event in New Delhi today, Mr. Joshi said country's total coal production will touch 900 million tons during this fiscal year. He said several steps have been taken by the government in the last few years to reform the coal and mining sector in the country. He said relaxation of mineral exploration norms is a step in this direction. Mr. Joshi today released National Compendium of Asset Accounts on Minerals and Energy Resources in an event in New Delhi. On this occasion, he said this is the first ever compendium of asset account on mineral assets in the country. He He said the report presents a comprehensive picture of the mineral resources spread across different states. Highlighting the importance of the report, Mr. Joshi said this report will play an important role in decision-making related to minerals and energy sectors. He added that report will help in streamlining the use of figures in a more systematic way and moving towards green economy.
It is my pleasure to launch this company as an asset account prepared by CAG office. As rightly put out, आगे इसको कितना उपयोग करना, कितना नहीं करना, abundant resources is there, that's why use करना, नहीं करना, एक decision making के लिए बहुत बड़ा एक योगदान है. Whatever we have today in our nature, कितना उपयोग करना ये भी हमको सोचना चाहिए. For that also this is very, very good thing. In fact, sustainability is the key to all our reforms across the sector.
The Supreme Court today declined an urgent hearing of a plea challenging the Delhi government's decision to ban the sale and purchase and usage of firecrackers during the festive season in the national capital. A bench headed by Justice M.R. Shah, while refusing the request for an urgent hearing, observed, "Let people breathe clean." The bench said there are other ways to celebrate festivals. Earlier, the top court had refused to lift the ban on firecrackers in Delhi, saying the court had already passed a detailed order regarding the usage of firecrackers and will not vacate the previous order.
Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for crores of people across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series, Azad Bharat Ki Baat Akashwani ke saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio. In today's episode, we bring you the story of India's achievements in sports till the year 1980.
In the past 7 decades, we have come across many path-breaking moments that have considerably transformed the face of the country. For years, India has produced some legendary athletes who have scaled new heights, brought laurels for the country, and made us proud. In today's episode, we are going to relive those unforgettable moments of the rich sporting history of India. It all began with independent India's first ever Olympic gold medal in the field of hockey in 1948. Beating Great Britain, the colonial rulers, in front of the mainly English fans in the capital city was the icing on the cake. On August 12, 1948, the Indian team bagged its first gold medal under the Indian tricolour. India had already won 3 Olympic hockey gold medals before independence, courtesy legends like Major Dhyan Chand, known as Hockey Ka Jadugar. Major Dhyan Chand says, India's hockey is best in the world.
हॉलैंड के अंदर और जर्मन के अंदर जिस वक्त हम लोग प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए जाते थे ग्राउंडों पर, उनके टेलीविजन वगैरह, फोटोग्राफ्स वगैरह, ये स्लो मोशन और फास्ट मोशन लेने के लिए हमारे पीछे पीछे लग जाते थे. लेकिन हम लोग खिलाड़ी थे, हमको इन बातों में जरा सा भी ख्याल नहीं होता था कि क्या है. एक फोटो मांग लेते थे, बाकी वो अपना सीक्रेट हर एक चीज लड़कों को सिखाने के लिए खींच लेते थे.
India continued its golden journey in hockey in 1952, Helsinki, 1956, Melbourne, 1964, Tokyo, and 1980, Moscow Olympics, with a total of 8 gold in Olympics. Another milestone in the initial years of independence was hosting the inaugural Asian Games in 1951. This first Asian Games was an Indian initiative which was intrinsically linked to the larger Indian self-image of being a major Asian power. In the year 1952, an unknown and unheralded wrestler from Goleshwar village in Maharashtra, Kashabha Jadhav, won the bronze medal in 52 kg bantamweight class freestyle wrestling at Helsinki Olympics, and thus became the first individual from independent India to win an Olympic medal. Jadhav remained the first and the only Indian to bag an individual Olympic medal for almost 44 years, until Leander Paes added another one in 1996. Rome Olympics in 1960 gave us a heartbreaking yet proud memory when the flying Sikh Milkha Singh lost out on the medal by just 0.01 second in a photo finish. Entering as a favourite to win the 400-meter race at the Rome Olympics, Milkha Singh made a strong story as millions of Indians hooked onto their radio sets witnessed the flying Sikh latched with hopes of an Olympic medal.
तो जो गोल्ड मेडल मेरे हाथ से रोम ओलंपिक में गिर गया, जो तिरंगा झंडा मैं नहीं लहरा पाया, जो नेशनल एंथम मैं नहीं बजा पाया, आप लोगों में से कोई ना कोई ऐसा नौजवान उठना चाहिए जो गोल्ड मेडल 100 मीटर क्या होता है, 400 मीटर क्या होता है, मिल्खा सिंह को कुछ मालूम नहीं। इसका क्रेडिट जो है आज मिल्खा सिंह का नाम अगर दुनिया भर में है या इंडिया का नाम दुनिया भर में है तो इसका क्रेडिट मैं आर्मी को देता हूँ।
Milkha Singh won the Asian Games gold medal in 200 meters and 400 meters and became the first Indian to win a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games in 1958. Indian hockey wrote a historic chapter in 1975 in Kuala Lumpur when the Indian team lifted its only World Cup, beating arch-rival Pakistan by 2-1 in a thrilling final. It was a memorable day for all Indians when most people heard an enlivened commentator, Jasdev Singh and Melville DeMello saying, "Bharat Vishwa Hockey Champion hai."
अब्बास भारतीय टीम है और उन्होंने सेंटर की, लेकिन उससे पहले सुरजीत ने खूबसूरती से अजीत पाल ने गेंद अपनी टीम में से बाहर कर दी बाएं फ्लैंक में और ये खेल खत्म। भारत 2-1 से जीत गया। भारत विश्व हॉकी चैंपियन है और ये समाचार मैं मेलविल डिमेलो के साथ आपको कोलालमपुर से देता हूँ 2-1 से।
In badminton, year 1980 was the most prominent when 24-year-old Prakash Padukone created history and became the first Indian to win the All England Open at Wembley Stadium. Tomorrow, in the next edition of Sports Series, we will take you to the India's journey of sports from 1980 to 2013.
UK Prime Minister Liz Truss has resigned from the post just 6 weeks after her appointment. Speaking outside her number 10 Downing Street office today, Truss accepted that she could not deliver the promises she made when she was running for the Conservative leader, having lost the faith of her party. She said there will be a Conservative leadership election to be completed within the next week.
I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. There will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week.
Earlier in the day, the Conservative Party officials had gathered at the Downing Street while a growing number of her own lawmakers called on her to quit. Ms. Truss becomes the shortest serving Prime Minister in British history, having been in office just for 45 days. George Canning previously held the record, serving 119 days in 1827 when he died. Truss's premiership came under renewed pressure after the Home Secretary resigned and a chaotic vote on fracking. There was fury yesterday around the vote and the methods used to get MPs to vote with the government. Talking to AIR, former Ambassador Manjeev Puri said that Britain appears to be in a topsy-turvy situation in terms of its economy and political leadership. And
the resolution of Prime Minister Truss clearly says that if you don't manage the economy well, you are in serious political trouble. Secondly, Britain appears to be in a topsy-turvy situation in terms of its economics, in terms of its politics. But I would say that in Britain, democracy and politics is quite a stable affair, and the country will continue to be on its autopilot mode. Britain has a faltering political leadership. The Tories have to introspect. It was they who chose her, knowing fully well that on a large number of issues, especially dealing with the economy, her positions were somewhat iffy. We need to see how the party will come around, what will be the process that they choose, because as of now, the process for choosing a new leader of the Conservative Party is a long drawn-out process which takes several months.
Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Anurag Singh Thakur today strongly responded to Pakistan's threat of pulling out of the 2023 ODI World Cup. The minister said the ODI World Cup will take place next year in India and all big teams around the world will take part in it.
बीसीसीआई का विषय है, बीसीसीआई इस पर टिप्पणी करेगा। भारत तो खेलों की एक ऐसी भूमि है जहां एक नहीं कई विश्व कप का आयोजन किया गया। अगले साल विश्व कप भी होगा और दुनिया भर की टीमें भी खेलेंगी, क्योंकि भारत को आज कोई किसी क्षेत्र में नकार नहीं सकता। भारत का एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान है क्रिकेट जगत, और क्रिकेट का आयोजन विश्व कप का भारत में भव्य भी होगा, ऐतिहासिक भी होगा।
He said that one can't ignore India in any sport. India has contributed a lot to sports, especially in cricket. The row started after Asian Cricket Council Chief Jay Shah said on Tuesday that India will not travel to Pakistan for next year's Asia Cup and that the tournament could be shifted to a neutral venue. In Denmark Open Badminton, Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty defeated Indonesian pair of Mohammad Sohibul Fikri and Bagas Maulana 21-14, 21-16 to enter the quarterfinals in men's doubles in Odense today. In men's singles category, Kidambi Shrikant will face Singapore's Loh Kien Yew, while Lakshya Sen and H.S. Pranoy will face each other in pre-quarterfinals today. In women's doubles, Pulela Gayatri Gopichand and Triza Jolly lost to Thailand's John Kolfan, Kiti Krakul and Ravinda Projong Zai. In mixed doubles, the pair of Tanisha Christo and Ishan Bhatnagar defeated Japan's Ariza Higashino and Yuta Watanabe. Yesterday in men's singles, Lakshya Sen defeated Anthony Sinisuka Ginting of Indonesia, while H.S. Pranoy defeated Zhao Jungping of China. In women's singles, Saina Nehwal lost to Zheng Yeman of China.
The Sensex and the Nifty today witnessed modest gains amid negative cues from the global share markets. The Sensex closed above 59,200 points, while the Nifty settled above the 17,550 level. A report from the business desk.
The Sensex rose 96 points to finish at 59,203. The Nifty also added 52 points to end at 17,564. In the forex market, the rupee strengthened 27 paise against the US dollar. The domestic currency closed at 82 rupees and 75 paise against the American unit. At the multi-commodity exchange, gold futures for December was trading at 50,155 rupees per 10 grams. And oil prices gained around 1.5% in the intraday trade. Brent crude was trading at $93.75 per barrel. Rajesh Lake for AIR News.
In Ladakh, the Kargil-Srinagar road has been closed due to heavy snowfall. As per an official press note by PCR Kargil, the general public has been advised to avoid travelling via Jerzila, Shinkula, Penzila and Shinghela without consulting traffic advisory issued by the Ladakh police.
And now let us have a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature will be 17 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Mumbai is likely to experience generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Minimum temperature will be 25 degrees Celsius, and the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Kolkata is expected to have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature will be 24 degrees Celsius, and maximum will be around 33 degrees. Chennai is expected to have thunderstorm with rain. Minimum temperature will be 26 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 34 degrees. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky. Jammu will have mainly clear sky becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky. Gilgit will have generally cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. In the south, Hyderabad will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Thiruvananthapuram will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In the northeast, Guwahati will have partly cloudy sky with haze. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says government is giving top priority to economic upliftment of tribals and development of tribal regions. Unveils development initiatives worth 1,970 crore rupees at Vyara in Gujarat. Prime Minister gives a clarion call for lifestyle change in order to protect environment, reaffirms India's commitment towards tackling menace of climate change. Prime Minister to visit Kedarnath and Badrinath tomorrow will lay foundation stone of Kedarnath ropeway project. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh calls upon industries to manufacture state-of-the-art cost-effective products of international standards. Assam government extends Armed Forces Special Powers Act in 8 districts and 1 subdivision for another 6 months. Union Minister for Coal and Mines Prahlad Joshi reasserts government's commitment to end coal import in next 2 years. UK Prime Minister Liz Truss has resigned after less than 7 weeks in Downing Street. Supreme Court declines urgent hearing of a plea challenging Delhi government's decision to ban on firecrackers during the festive season. And in Denmark Open Badminton, Satvik Sairaj and Chirag Shetty beat the Indonesian pair to enter into quarterfinals in men's doubles category. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.